Hey, MisterClash here with a little bit of a war recap on our 300th war win. I'm not going to cover the entire war. However, before we get into that, I will address something that has been asked, and that is, what do we use these little bases at the bottom, number 45, 46, and 47? What do we use those for in our clan? Okay, now this stems back from the December update when Town Hall 11s was first brought out, and initially the war matchings were pretty crap, and then Supercell made some changes and then they became good. And then what we started noticing was that every time we matched a Town Hall 11, such as this, even if we didn't have any in our war lineup, they always had a Town Hall 3 at the bottom of their war base, of their war map, of their own lineup. All the time. We might only have a whole bunch of Town Hall 9s, but we'd be facing a Town Hall 11 at the top, and at the bottom of their lineup would be a Town Hall 3. Now, what happened is I'll just go back to that little lineup of the clan roster, and I want you to have a look. We have 47 people in the clan, and check out how many people are opted out. You'll see that there's quite a lot. And if you count them as I scroll, you'll actually see that there's 27 people opted out of war. There's 47 of us in the clan and 27 are opted out. 3 of the people that are opted in are these 3 at the bottom, as well as a new person, 37, and 15, 12, and 7. So without those, you could see with 27 opted out, we can only do a war of 20 with these 3 bottom ones opted in, and we only have 17 available if we don't have these 3 bottom ones, which would mean 2 people would miss out. Now what happened was we had a person in our clan who opted into war. This was before we had these little bases at the bottom, and they were a big base, they were a heavy base such as this, and they would have been the only one in the war, and we wouldn't have been able to cover them. There was no back end. That was one shot. They were going to bring in a lot of heat up the top end, and we had no coverage for it, so we didn't bring them into that war, and they got a little bit annoyed at that, and they left the clan. And we decided that we didn't really want people to miss out on war. If someone wants to war, we want to figure out a way that we can let them war instead of having them miss out. So taking a leaf in the book, we noticed that the other clans, they'd have a Town Hall 11 at the top with a Town Hall 3 at the bottom to offset for the average weight. So we decided if we needed to opt people in, so what we were doing was trying to find the lowest Town Hall 9 we could and opt them in. And this was ridiculous because we're still bringing a Town Hall 9 into the war who was opted out and can't really fight. And so that was no good. So what we did was created these 3 little accounts at the bottom, and they're kind of joke accounts. You can see 4 quake equals 3 stars. We joke that people bring 4 earthquakes in instead of a jump spell, whereas the jump spell achieves the same thing for the attacks that they use, and that gives them an extra spell left over. And of course, if anyone uses Go Wipe in the clan, more Go Wipe for the win. If anyone uses Go Wipe in this clan, they will be kicked. So we don't use Go Wipe at all. So those accounts are a little bit of a joke account, and they're all owned by the one person. So we use them as fillers in our wars so that no one actually has to miss out. So we'll just have a look at the war recap of our. I'll go back to my village, and then we'll have a look at the war recap. So you can see how we used it. And here we go. Last war. 300th war win, perfect war. Okay, I just scrolled to the bottom of the map and you can see there we go, 18, 19 and 20. If we didn't have those, then we'd have to opt 2 people out of war. And like I said, we don't like to opt people out of war because we like everyone to have a war if they want to war, and we don't want them to opt out and then possibly leave. Okay, so having said that, now let's have a look at the bases that we faced here. I'm going to show you the Town Hall 9 attacks. Okay, here we go. This is the first one. Now all of these are the 5 attacks I'm going to show you in this war recap. They are a little bit unique. There's always something a little bit unique about them. Now in this case, he's bringing bowlers in the clan castle to take out the enemy's air defense. So crack open the wall, has the dragon at the top, the baby dragon at the top doing the funnel. Could have probably put down an extra couple of wizards. Might have been better off, may not have been, because the wizards might have gone off to something else and not been able to take out that cannon and so forth. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So the bowlers have gone in. So you know those two air defenses will go down pretty easily with the troops coming in there. Now, my beef with this sort of attack is that there's only 2 lava hounds for the 2 remaining air defenses. So instead of the rule of thumb where you have 1 lava hound more than the remaining air defenses, in this case the lava hounds match perfectly. Now if there were 2 black bombs at each of those remaining air defenses, then those lava hounds would have been taken out pretty quickly and the air defenses would have stayed up to take out the balloons and the attack would have failed. However, that wasn't the case. And there was only the black bombs were spread out so that the lava hounds didn't pop, didn't get taken out prematurely. Now you can see 2 balloons left, and there we go, dropping them as cleanup at the top because all of these remaining cleanup troops are at the bottom. So I'll just speed that up now, and then we'll get on to the second attack. All right, so you can see that's a 3-star. Okay, attack number 2 will be against their number 6 base. Not all of these attacks are the first 3-star on the base, but they obviously are the fastest 3-star on the base. So he's got the Queen at the top taking care of that trash first. Going to put some healers on it. Now he's coming in with some Valkyries. Now he's going to have a wizard on the right hand side on that builder's hut any second to start cleaning the funnel on that side. Just to make sure that when you drop the Valkyries aren't going to start pathing crazily over to that side. So these things on the right hand side, the army camps, they need to be down before the Valkyries can come in. So he's going to drop a wizard to take out that cannon. If it doesn't, cannon goes down. Now that golem could have pathed to the wall. It could have gone down to where the elixir storage is, or it could have gone to where it was going, to where it went. So there was no real guarantee it was going to do what it just did. Now it needs to crack open that wall to get the Valkyries in, otherwise they will path where you saw that Valkyrie just path there. They'll path that way. So Valkyries come in through there, and now by dropping them over on that side, the Valkyries will tend not to go to that elixir storage, even though one of them did. So the further you drop them over. So that's why they were dropped over at that weird angle. Not because he wanted them to go somewhere else, but if they were dropped more towards where the clan castle had been dropped, then they would have pathed on the outside to that elixir storage and then tried to smash their way through the wall. Okay, so the hogs are coming in now and the Valkyries are over there at the same time. So he's got 1 heal spell left. And now with the nerfing of the bombs so that the hogs don't do extra damage with the bombs, that heal spell he's just dropping now heals both the Valkyries and the hogs. So the hogs will finish taking out those weapons under complete heal before they get over to the cannon on the right hand side. So there's the Valkyries tanking for the hogs at the same time. So that's a beneficial thing. Plenty of wizards over on that left. Just one bunch of hogs coming over now. Now they're riding straight over that bomb and look at them. Not really affected too much at all. And that's it. This base is finished. Just speed it up. Probably could have sped it up a little bit sooner, but anyway. There you go. Something unique about all of these attacks that I'm showing you here. Number 8. Okay, now this is a internet base, and you probably normally would have taken this base on with some Goho. I don't think he gets very good value out of the baby dragons in this case. Only taking out those 2 buildings. Possibly could have done it differently. The baby dragon on the right hand side, a gold storage, a gold mine and an archer is all he's gotten out of that baby dragon. Might have been able to get a little bit more with say 3 hogs for only 1 more extra housing space. He's got 2 archers, so definitely could have used the spare housing space for 3 hogs to help take that down, and the hogs might have taken down the wizard at the same time. Now he's got the jump spell down, hoping for the Archer Queen to go inside. I'll just speed this up a little bit. So hopefully the Archer Queen goes inside. However, Archer Queens being Archer Queens, they don't like taking jump spells. They like to wait for them to expire and then to shoot the wall to go through to where the jump spell just was. Okay, so now that Archer Queen's gone over there, I'll just slow this down again. Sending in the Lava Hounds. Now it does have 3 Lava Hounds. Now if that other air defense had gone down, he would have been, rule of thumb, 1 extra Lava Hound than the air defenses he had left. However, it didn't go down. So it's turned out to have equal Lava Hounds for equal air defenses. So to me, that means it's a little bit lucky that it's worked out. However, while that air defense was targeting the healers, it wasn't targeting the balloons which were coming over to it, and allowed that Lava Hound to come over a little bit more. So the balloons survived a little bit longer than they would have, and it allowed the Lava Hound to come over. So more balloons survived basically than otherwise would have, because the healers were nearby. So that's how this base is getting. This is an internet base. You'd probably normally attack this base with Goho or something like that, and it will go down pretty easily. But this was just a little air version of that. Now we'll go on to number 10. Something interesting about number 10. Okay, we have a lot of Valkyries, a couple of baby dragons, minion, 5 healers. You'd look at it going, is this just going to be a swarm Valkyrie attack? Well, yes and no. Bringing in the Valkyries to help create the funnel. Now, what's in the clan castle? In the clan castle is a bunch of bowlers. So the Valkyries have created that funnel down there. The bowlers will take out the army camp and get the healers on the bowlers. If you've ever used healers with bowlers, you'll notice that you don't really seem to get a lot of benefit out of the healers. You need 3 healers on bowlers, and the bowlers are still dying. In this case, he's got 5 healers on those bowlers. So in where you might have, say, done a queen walk and had the queen walk along, you notice that those bowlers are getting hit by 2-point defense and the expo, and they're still alive with the 5 healers, whereas the queen wouldn't have been able to do that, and yet the bowlers are taking out the same sorts of trash and weapons and things that the queen would have done as well. So it might be something you might want to try yourself. He's drawn the clan castle at the bottom with the baby dragon. Of course, their enemy clan castle had 5 minions in it, so they lost the benefit of the baby dragon's rage on their own. Yeah, but with the fight, with the bowler walk, a healer and bowler walk, it's something you might want to practice in friendly challenges in your own clan. Instead of a queen walk, try putting 5 healers on bowlers and just let them walk around the base and see how they go. And now in this case, he's brought the Valkyries in with the king, and he's got another rage and a heal left to go through the rest of the base. Now, obviously, the base is not maxed. You can see that yourself. And it's a little bit of an unusual base, but I wanted to show that show the attack because of the bowler walk. And the bowler walk isn't something you really get to see every day, but it's something that you might want to consider. Instead of using a queen walk, use a bowler walk. If you were going to bring bowlers anyway, of course. If you weren't going to bring the bowlers, then it wouldn't really matter. But if you were going to bring bowlers or something anyway, try a bowler walk instead of a queen walk and see how that goes in your clan. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Okay, I've got one more attack to show. Okay. Now here we've got a Taylor base. You could wipe this out with Jai-Hi-Ho, wipe it out with basic Goho. But what he's going to do here is wipe it out with a healed PEKKA attack. Now, I did a video where I showed 7 healed PEKKA attacks, 3-star attacks. I'll put that link in the description below, and I'll put it up on the screen now as well. Now, the idea is you can use the baby dragons to help create a funnel, or you could use a baby dragon on one side, Wiz on the other. It's not a really troop-intensive funnel, although 2 baby dragons is 20 troop space, which is 5 wizards. Now what happens is the Pekkas don't wander very far, so in this case, once they've taken out that second close barracks, the next closest thing to them is the cannon, and they path in to the wall themselves. Now because there's 3 Pekkas there, that wall goes down pretty quickly, and the healers keep the Pekkas alive. And now with the nerf of the Teslas don't do double damage to the Pekkas can survive a bit longer. So once that wall cracks open, you've got a nice wide funnel. You send the bowlers in, which is in the clan castle, so you've got tanking Pekkas which are being healed, as opposed to say giants in HGHB, and you've got the bowlers coming in as per normal on this base. Now this is a low weapon base. They're all Town Hall 8 strength weapons, and he's only bringing in 8 hogs. Now that's what I don't really like a lot about the healed PEKKA attack, is that as you watch, you'll see that essentially the raid just kind of dwindles out. I just speed it up a little bit. It kind of just dwindles out, and it just relies on the strength of the PEKKAs and the heroes that are left to take out the remaining part of the base. Yet if you came in with the standard go-ho, where you're bringing in 2 golems and a minimum of 24 hogs, then by the time this base is finished, especially a base of this low nature, you'd probably have 18 hogs left still. Whereas here, you might have the equivalent of that troop capacity, but it's in PEKKAs. There's 3 PEKKAs running around, and PEKKAs are slow and they can't jump walls. Anyway, that is a healed PEKKA attack. It can be good on some bases and good on the others. You watch the 7 PEKKA raid that I've linked before as well. Anyway, that is how we achieved our 300th war win with that perfect war. I'll just go back to that war log so you can see that yourself. After that engineered clan, which was our end of the 65 war win streak, we've had that's our 3rd perfect war. And that 3rd one is the one that tops off the 300. So there you go, the 300th war win. And what we actually use those Town Hall 3s for in the bottom of our clan. We use them as fillers in war so that no one in our clan has to miss out. All those Town Hall 3s are owned by the same person. And if we can do a war without them, we will. But yeah, like you saw, we have so many people missing, opting out. Sometimes we struggle to do a 15 by 15 war, so we bring in those fillers. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for sticking around to the end. I hope you found those attacks, those unique attacks, a little bit interesting and possibly got something out of them. Please leave the video a thumb up. It helps the channel tremendously. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.